So thanks very much to Andrea for the opportunity to speak to you today. What I want to talk about is just a little bit about who we are here at the university and what role it is that we think we have to play in facilitating ecosystem and landscape recovery, taking science to practice, and the ACRE initiative, which is how we hope to achieve even greater potential and impact in this area. So I just wanted to go over the challenge, and I know everybody in this room is very familiar with the challenge that lays before us with increasing exploitation of natural resources, disturbance of the land associated with that, as well as other impacts on our ecosystems and landscapes, such as climate change, and this leading to changing natural disturbance regimes. So together, all these are causing loss of ecosystem productivity, loss of biodiversity, and hampering ecosystem health. So our challenge is, how do we wisely manage these natural resources and ecosystems and landscapes that they're derived from for the benefit of future and current populations both. And for this, I think we need science. We need good science. We need transformational ideas. We need the brightest and best minds on the planet putting their attention on this issue. And we need to get these ideas into policy and practice and make that translation from science to what's actually happening on the land. And secondly, we need really highly trained and innovative people. We need all the bright minds that are, young bright minds that are in the room here today, and those that will be here in 10 years and 20 years' time, to be prepared to take up this challenge and have the tools and have the innovative thinking ability in order to come up with the solutions that we'll need. And finally, we need outreach, and outreach means just connecting with one another, connecting what each of us has to bring to the table to address this challenge, and working together, and also taking that to the general public, the communities that are so interested and vested in what happens to our ecosystems and landscapes, and wanting to understand what's happening to them and how we can do the best job possible to make sure that they're there for future generations. So in terms of the science, I think we need to take a holistic approach. We need a diversity of disciplines and disciplinary experts coming together to address this issue. We need to draw on lessons that have been learned from a diversity of different disciplines, and I think Doug's talk was an excellent example of how they're working to take lessons from forestry, what we've learned in forestry and through silviculture for a number of years, and apply those as innovative practices for reclamation. And we need both natural and social sciences to work together to address this, because the ecosystems and landscapes can't be managed in the absence of an understanding of economic and social constraints and context. So if we look here, we can see if we're looking at ecosystems and landscapes, thinking about managing them and conserving them for the future, we need the full range of disciplines covered: water, soils, plants, fauna, modeling these, understanding how they're going to operate at different temporal and spatial scales. And this needs to be linked to human systems, so economics and policy, and also the social dimension, how people are connected to the land and their interest in it, what they draw from it, and what they take back to it. So who are we at the University of Alberta, and what do we see as our role in taking up this challenge and addressing this challenge? We have 25 or more scientists at the U of A that focus the majority of their research on reclamation and restoration ecology, and they bring with them 100 or more other researchers, including graduate students, postdocs, research associates, that are turning their time and attention to some of these challenges. We include both natural and social scientists, and we're host to the Bachelor of Science program in Environmental and Conservation Sciences, which has the land reclamation major, which I'm sure there's several people in the room that graduated from that program. So what we offer as a university and as scientists, our job is to do research and tackle the major problems of the day and try and come up with innovative ideas that'll take us forward. We're multidisciplinary, as I said, cover the full range of natural and social sciences, and our focus is on application. So our aspiration is not to do science that then sits in a journal on a shelf or a library somewhere, but to see that the knowledge that we're creating is translated into practice on the land, and sees the light of day in the changes in policies and regulations, so that we can move forward together. Our other job at the university is to train, both at the undergraduate and the graduate level, producing the workforce for tomorrow. And we want to be able to do the best possible job with that, creating the opportunities for our students to be best prepared to become professionals and leaders in their fields. In terms of our research and training, just an overview of the disciplines we cover, basically that full range that I mentioned before, hydrology and water, soil science, ecology, all plant science, silviculture, wildlife and fisheries ecology, conservation biology, wetland ecology, and then into the social dimensions with environmental economics and policy and environmental sociology and understanding social impacts of related to land use and natural resource management. Current major initiatives we have going on, you've maybe already heard of Helmholtz Alberta Initiative, the land reclamation theme, major international collaboration, working with partners in Germany on commonalities of problems and solutions related to land reclamation. We have a NSERC Industrial Research Chair in Forest Land Reclamation held by Simon Landhauser. We recently announced the Alberta Biodiversity Conservation Chairs, so 2 chairs, Stan Booten and Scott Nielsen, that are working together mainly on landscape level issues with industrial disturbance and conservation and biodiversity issues on those land bases. And then we have the Land Reclamation International Graduate School, which you heard about from Michael yesterday. Current research projects in reclamation and restoration ecology amount to about $10 million, and the vast majority of that is industry funded, with leveraging from the federal government and the provincial government as well. So what are we proposing to do? What I want to talk about is an idea we have to create the Alberta Centre for Reclamation and Restoration Ecology, and our purpose is to capitalize on what we already do and take us to the next step and make us allow us to make a bigger contribution to meeting the challenges that we face and give us an opportunity to work more effectively with all of you to address that. So we want to create the centre, which we have, the acronym is ACRE. It's not too long, but it's a little longer than 3 letters, but to form the nucleus of a hub of research activity, not just research activity conducted in one department or even just within the U of A, but with a diversity of players from institutions in Alberta, across Canada, even around the world, putting our minds together to do the research that will come up with the innovative solutions for tomorrow. ACRE will also serve as a framework for integrative research to bring us together with practitioners, so industry and government players, the people that are in the room here today, set a framework within which we can work effectively with you to see that the research that we're conducting is applied in the most expeditious way. So using our research to inform practice and policy, and then also to work together to train the next generation of natural resource professionals in the most effective way and make them ready to take up the challenges that lie before them. So our vision is a world-class center at the U of A, bringing together scientists, facilitating research and collaboration to solve real-world problems. It's going to be a go-to place for scientists, students, managers, and policymakers. So I think if we create something good, it will be an attractant for the best minds and the highest energy people to come together and work in a really effective way, and to apply scientific knowledge and train the next generation of problem solvers. So who's going to be part of ACRE? Those people who are willing and able to work together with us to address those challenges and work towards our common goals. So researchers from a variety of faculties at the U of A, from other academic institutions, as I said, in Alberta, across Canada, even around the world. People in professionals from government and industry need to be an integral part of this. We need to work effectively with them and partner and share our resources and ideas so that we can achieve the most. Connections with other organizations and agencies that are working in this space. We need to work with the diversity of organizations, CLRA being one, to be most effective and to make sure that we have the greatest efficiencies and the most productive working relationships. Government, industry, NGOs, and also the general public and the interested communities, those communities and people that, as I said, are vested in the land, interested in what happens to it, and want to understand and perhaps participate in finding the solutions. What are we going to do in the center? Well, we're going to do research. That's a lot of what we do, and the center is designed to facilitate research and build our research capacity. I think there's probably way more problems than we have at the moment, bright people to solve them, and we want to make sure that we're well positioned to have the capacity to address the needs in the future. So we want to be able to build people and infrastructure. We want to work towards developing some major integrative and collaborative research. So we want to move away a bit from individual projects to major initiatives where we can work together and address some of these issues in a very holistic way. And we want to attract the participation of the world's top scientists. So we want to create something that will bring people to us with their bright ideas, whether that be coming to work here or coming for a visit or coming to spend a year and share with us in our research endeavors and work towards common goals. In terms of training, ACRE is designed to support and include the LRIGS graduate training program that you already heard about. So LRIGS would be the graduate training arm of ACRE. We also want to work towards developing training and professional development opportunities for professionals that are seeking to update themselves or improve their credentials. And I think we have a tremendous opportunity to do that. We just need a little bit more money and people's time to focus towards creating those opportunities. And we'll work towards developing excellent opportunities for our grad students and our undergraduate students. So we want to do more in terms of connecting our undergraduate students with professionals, providing opportunities for them to work together, to do internships, to connect with the professional community early on in their careers and build their understanding and their professional skills so that they're most effective when they graduate. Outreach and application of knowledge. This is going to be a major focus of ACRE, is to make sure that the science and knowledge that we're creating is applied on the land and sees its way into practice, policy, regulations. So we want to put some focused effort on closing that gap between science and practice. So this involves sharing, synthesizing, and applying scientific knowledge, working together with government and industry to see how we can do that most effectively, working through workshops, symposia, field tours to talk to one another and get that two-way communication going so that we can have mutual understanding and move forward in the most effective way. And we'd also like to see programs to inform the general public, and I was so excited to see what Doug was talking about. This is exactly the kind of thing we were thinking about. We'd like to partner in doing more in this area. I think there's tremendous misunderstanding and confusion in many of the public communities about what's really happening on our land and how effective we can be at reclaiming and restoring landscape and ecosystems. And I think there's tremendous opportunities to create demonstrations and other types of activities for the general public, for school children, to try and develop that understanding and also give them an opportunity to feel that they're being heard and they have an opportunity to be part of this conversation. So that's the vision for ACRE. You can contact any of us, myself or Vic Levers, our department chair, or Ann Nath, who I'm sure most of you already know. We're working together to make this happen. We need partners. We need people who want to work together on these common objectives. We need money, of course, and we need support and enthusiasm for this idea. And we'd like to hear if you like it, if you think it's effective, how you can help us make it happen.